Awesome. All right. I'm going to take another sip. I'm going to get ready to share another screen with you because, ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited that we are here tonight to share this. One of my oldest friends and greatest, most respected singers and dancers that I've ever gotten the privilege to be around, who has been featured on The Voice and was just in the national tour of a Bronx Tale musical, has an awesome, hysterical new music video out called I'm Over Here Now. And if you haven't seen it, you are in for a treat. So sit back, wiggle your butt, and enjoy. And afterwards, he's going to be joining us for a live interview. I'm Over Here Now by Joe Trombino.
I'm over here now. I'm over here now. I'm over here now. Let me go call my friends. I'm over here now. All right, listen. I throw a curveball and you just strike out. You start to cry. Your mom is asking you to go to see Mets games. It was the best. I'm over here now was the song I suggested. I'm over here now, but I'm finally successful. I got a lot. I got a bunch of chicken breasts, dude. You want me to cook them, fry them, glaze them, or put it on your plate? You'll fucking feel amazing. I'm over here. Who knows? Someday I'll play frisbee and throw the fucking ball with both my hands because I'm ambidoodle. I'm over here now. Yeah, I went to the circus. It was interesting and all, but you know, the people walking on balls made me think of my last relationship. I'm over here. I'm over here now. I walk a tightrope every day of my life, Gina. I'm breaking my hump. About basketball, you gotta dribble. You gotta handle the ball, you gotta shoot the ball. I'm over here now. I'm over here. This headband cost me $5.99. I'm over brush your teeth, or don't brush your teeth. You struck out because you're a bum. You're a bum. I'm over here. I eat cheap. You know, lettuce, carrots. I'm over here. I need to commit. That's what it takes. What do you want from me? I'm over here now. How much do you think this jacket costs? Wrong.
Wrong.
I'm over here now. Let me tell you, every day, every single day my back hurts. I'm over here. It's handball. Hit the fucking ball. I'm over here. It's gonna last me another 5 months.
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hit stop share. Please welcome one of my oldest friends from NBC's The Voice, from the national tour of A Bronx Tale the musical, and from my musical, he played Federico Suave in Bella. Please welcome my buddy, Mr. Joey Trombino.
A pleasure to be here with you, Russell.
Oh, I love you, man. Federico Suave.
Love you,
G-a-cappella unit. Oh,
yeah.
I am so glad and happy that you are joining us. You're originally born and bred, living in Queens. I believe you are joining us from North Kakalaki.
That's correct.
That's awesome because you got out while the getting was good. So, Joey, first of all, I love you. You know that. Second of all, we love this song around the house. I don't know if you can tell from Tara's audio too. We know all the words. We do it all day.
Rocco singing the lyrics to that song on that video made entire quarantine.
Right, we sent you a video of Rocco doing this song too. Like, he's quoting it, and I was like, oh my God, do not share video during his Zoom room meeting. But at the same time, I thought everybody would have a laugh. Anyway, so as a matter of fact, I want to say my two favorite parts are I walk a tightrope every day of my life, Gina. I'm breaking my hump.
Yeah.
Also, ask me how much I paid for this jacket. Wrong. That is the most East Coast thing that literally every relative and friend I have ever had always want you to know that they didn't pay full price or something. I didn't even ask. I don't even care.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It's so brilliant. So what I was going to say is what I want you to tell our audience at home tonight is, please tell me what sort of inspired and set this track into motion and made it come to life. And also, if you could tell us how you pulled off all those amazing effects and the editing.
Well, I always wanted to make an anthem song for this character, Giuseppe Calamari, right? So that's what I used to be called Giuseppe Calamari as a kid, because I was this little squirmy little Italian guy.
Yeah.
And essentially, Giuseppe Calamari is a culmination of all my uncles that I grew up with, right?
Oh.
And initially, I wanted to write a song that was more like a Guido anthem that would have been like a summer banger, like I'm over here now, sort of like I'm doing better now than I was before. So that's what I thought we were gonna do. And when I went into the studio with my buddy Michael McQuilkin, who edited the video and kind of directed it as well,
Okay.
he just gave me the mic and was like, I'm gonna give you a beat and I want you to get into character and just improv, freestyle, whatever comes out.
Wow.
And so we then cut that up and kept the most ridiculous things that I said.
Well, that you did a good job, because everything is more ridiculous. You know, like even like everything, and then the title. I mean,
the real funny, I actually filmed that when my girl was in the kitchen on a conference call for work. I had to shoot that entire thing in silent. I couldn't even.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's perfect, because you're such an accomplished and amazing dancer too. So much so that a Gangstapella was part of your whole, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's like Charlie Chaplin shit. Wow, Joe, that's amazing. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. That's such a cool story. I fucking love that. Okay, so now, Joe, on this song, you're rapping and apparently freestyling and saying ridiculous stuff, which I love. But, and somebody that comes from the world of musical theater like me and putting on live concerts like I did back in the day, you, in my humble Jew opinion, are one of the greatest singers and dancers that I really have ever come across. And
you and my mom have that in common.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm like your mom. I'm just so proud of you, baby boy. And I know I was right, because in the years since Gangstapella, you've been featured on NBC's The Voice, and you were just part of A Bronx Tale, the musical, and actually my beloved Uncle Barry, who owns Cuba Libre, where our live show is usually above, is actually great friends with Chaz Palminteri, which is really cool. Yes. So, but what I was going to ask you is, and also, I also wanted to mention, some of those concerts I used to produce at the Cutting Room and Arlene's Grocery always featured your funk band, Urban Sun, which had like electric guitars and a horn section and hand percussion and drum sets. It was an explosion of talent. It was unbelievable. So I always wanted to ask you, of all of these different forms of performing that you've gotten to do, what's your favorite? Where do you feel the most at home? I know I do live on stage, doing stand-up in front of an audience. I feel the most in control. So what's your favorite? Like, where do you feel the most at home?
Well, when I was in the band days, I definitely felt like the most powerful when I had a big band behind me, and I would just share how I felt about life and my philosophies and my emotions. Yeah. And then somewhere in my 30s, I didn't want to share that anymore. I didn't think it was like, I don't think, like, I started to wonder, why would anyone really care about how I'm feeling about my ex-girlfriend at this point? Like, get over it, bro. You know? So now I honestly, like, when I watch I'm Over Here Now, man, I can watch that and say, yeah, that is a genuine expression of that character, and I feel really good about that. So I would say right now, with what's going on in the world, like, I feel like comedy is probably and well, I would say Giuseppe Calamari comedy is kind of my outlet right now that I'm trying to put more energy into.
Well, I absolutely love it. And obviously, I'm going to lead into the third thing that I wanted to talk to you about. And again, I'm so glad that you're with us.
Oh, man, I got to run. I'm so sorry, Russ. Sorry.
Oh, you son of a bitch. No, I told you. No, I told you. I fucking set these in advance. God damn it. This is structured chaos. So now, Joey, I don't know if you know this at this point. But like I was saying in the green room before this show, your picture is over there from Gangstapella. The poster is over there. We've done all these concerts together. And you and I, it turns out, have known each other just shy of 20 years at this point. Like, because I knew you before I started doing Gangstapella, like right into that time. And what I was going to say is, though, what's funny is I have a little funny story for the audience. The first time I met you, though, I actually snuck on to the set of a music video for the movie Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
That's right.
Because I love Kevin Smith and I was trying to get him a copy of the movie that I had helped produce at the time called The Man with the Golden Bong. And and so you and the friend that helped me sneak on were playing NSYNC lookalikes. And in the video, Jay and Silent Bob beat everybody up. The song was called Kick Some Ass. And they beat you guys up. But you and I, on set, we just became very friendly, and you guys were singing actual NSYNC songs. And I heard your voice, and you know, and I exchanged information. I was like, you know, you should play, you should open for my friend Jim and Otis, the band that I was managing at the time. And then that was it. But then a few weeks later, I was working on Gangstapella, the idea for Gangstapella, which, if you don't know, is the world's first gangster rap a cappella group of all white people and one Asian midget samurai beatbox who formed the Fellowship of the Bling. Okay, and it was a live musical. And I was walking through Washington Square Park, and I heard the same angelic voice with just a guitar and a bongo drum. And there you were. And I was like, it's me. And you're like, it's you. And I begged you to be in this Gangstapella thing. And you're like, I'm not really a musical theater actor. And I was like, well, you fucking are now, you know. And
you just reminded me of something, though. That exact setting, we were also approached by the show Blind Date. Do you remember that show?
Yes, yeah.
Right. And so they filmed us because they said, all right, so this dude who the girl is meeting is kind of a musician. Can he just jam with you? And then the girl's going to come into the frame, and then that's how they're going to meet for the first time. And we were like, yeah, totally cool. And we're thinking, oh, we're getting like showcased, you know, dude, when they aired the episode, when the girl came in, her first thought bubble was, oh my God, I hope it's not the guy with the hair. And that was me.
Yeah, because you and I at the time both had giant afros.
I got totally played.
Giant. And yeah. I wanted you to be like sort of the yin to my yang, and also because you're a better singer than me. I mean, I'm pretty good, but you're the best.
We come from a similar place with the voices, for sure.
You know, and you can sing anything. Like, I can imitate you. I can imitate our friend Craig Schoenbaum. Like, I'm a very good mimic, and I have some discipline. But you guys were born with like something, you know, X-Men like or something. So the you know, and I begged you to be in the show, and I knew if you were the voice above all these other voices I had gathered, that would really be the thing. And back then there wasn't social media, so it was all word of mouth. And I've always said to people that I thought you, as good as the show was, as funny as the show was, I thought it was the power of your voice that really made people talk about it afterwards and spread the word. Okay, so my question to you is, and especially seeing the Giuseppe Calamari thing, which is so Gangstapella too, you already sort of gave it to me. You gave me a great memory of that Washington Square Park thing. But I had a question. Do you have any favorite memories of the Gangstapella years and when we were surrounded by all those bands and musicians and artists?
Oh, absolutely. In thinking about that era, it was tough to remember details, to be honest.
Yeah, whoopsie. Whoopsie daisy.
Look, man, we did not, look, as much as we all loved performing, we were not professionals, man.
No, we like being around each other. It wasn't Girl Scout-apella. It was Gangstapella.
Yeah, it was a very punk rock musical theater, but I think that's why people really liked it, you know, because it was genuinely wild. It wasn't just us acting like we're crazy. Like,
right.
we
And
were
we gave the
nuts.
audience King Cobra. Remember, we gave them all malt liquor as they walked in. So
I remember specifically being with the whole crew at your mom's house, your parents' house, on the porch, right? We were doing some kind of show, and
you
we
needed
were
rehearsal space.
yeah. And somebody in a back in some window in another house was doing some scandalous stuff, and so all of us, yo, what's going on over there?
Right.
And so we're all kicking it on the porch, watching this unfold. And I remember other things were being passed around, and I remember I looked at one of the dudes, the pretty boy, I forget his name. And
Russell,
I said,
male model Russell. Who was,
And I looked at him and I was like, yo, we not only act Gangstapella, we live it, bro.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It was just, at some point you didn't know where, because I wrote the character to be you, and I wrote the base of the group was Elemental Pleasure, which was like the big guy, but that was Brian DePietris. So I really wrote the character as Brian DePietris when he was upset, and everybody was kind of their own thing. And I remember we all had to sleep at my mom's house too, because I couldn't afford a hotel or a motel for all of us. So at one point we had a character named Left Eye Lenny, who was Eric Whiteley, and we had Elemental Pleasure. We're all like sort of falling asleep, and all of a sudden in the silence you hear, Elemental, please get off of me, Left Eye. And I remember it being our rallying call, and then in the years that ensued, it almost became a cartoon. You were the first person that the animator drew besides me, because we were both going to have the afros that sort of moved. So that was going to be the most complicated digital part at the time, because this was when Adult Swim was really still starting. So everything always with Gangstapella for me sort of started with you. And also in the music department, whenever you were singing, I was just like, Russell, don't fuck this up for Joe. He sounds amazing, and it doesn't matter.
You've always been good to me, Russ. You've always been good to me, bro. Always.
No, I love you, and I love seeing you in Atlantic City. When maybe I took a little disco nap, but we got it together.
You did.
And that burger was amazing. I miss going out to eat.
Right.
And, I can't tell you how much I love I'm Over Here Now and Giuseppe Calamari. Hopefully, Double Time and Giuseppe.
I was just gonna say that. Yup.
Cross over. Run the jewels. We'll run the Jews. We'll run the Jews.
Wow.
And, and hopefully one day maybe we'll even ride as Gangstapella again. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for my beloved friend, Mr. Joe Trombino.
You guys are awesome, David. You're awesome, man.
Love you, kiddo.
You too, man. I love the video.
Oh, no, that's big. I'm so glad you liked it, because I realized that Gangstapella and I'm Over Here Now could be considered appropriation. All right, so what I was going to say is it's time for